Oh my god, we're doing it again. It's another episode.
We are doing it again. Also, oh god damn it. Is fucking Comcast here? Oh yeah, okay. Literally after we press the fucking recording. So a tree fell on the fucking Comcast line yesterday, and they were dicking around, taking their sweet old time. They're like, all right, we'll send someone right over. So, of course, they show up now. Leave it running. Chat with the audience. I'll cut most of it out, but I'll be right back, because fuck this.
I've got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a pocket. And
all right.
Oh, there you are.
Have you just been singing that song the whole fucking time?
No, I was trying to figure out how to like fill up the dead air, and I'm just start talking shit.
Well, this is all getting cut out, but I just took a picture of it too, so everyone will be able to see the tree that fell on this. Apparently it's a phone line, so now I got to call Frontier or whatever. I don't give a fuck, though. It's not my problem. My service is fine, and that's on them. So I'll put the picture in the podcast.
Phone lines anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, we're back. We're recording. Agenda for the day is quick, brief update on Avatar cards. We didn't really do a set review, so we're not going to go too much into it. We're just going to say, hey, these are the cards I've noticed are incredible. Then we're going to do Lorwyn Eclipsed, sort of mini set review here. We're going to be pretty quick with it because there's not a ton, but there's stuff worth talking about. And then I played in the Decatur Deathmatch tournament that had about like 160 people or so in it, so it was pretty big.
Oh, wow.
This past weekend. And
I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, Playing with Power was there, at least some of the members, and some other people that are like in the top 20 or so on Top Deck GG. So, and maybe next episode, I did talk with the person who ran it, and he hasn't gone on any podcasts, so maybe we can do a more in-depth episode with him to see what his plans are maybe for the next tournament, because basically this is the third tournament he's ever ran, and it was that big. So
nice.
Yeah, big deal. I think Central Illinois is getting kind of a cultivated cEDH scene. It's growing. People were driving up from Texas, Arkansas. I mean, people from all around. It was awesome. But really quick, I just wanted to say, I'll ask you the question. Are there any cards from Avatar that you've noticed in any of your recent games in the past couple months that are doing very well?
Let's just bring them up right now.
Poor
Cabbage Merchant.
Trevor.
Oh, you got me. So Cabbage Merchant is one of those cards.
Sponsor us, please. Pornhub, sponsor us.
So, whenever your opponent casts it on creature spell, create a food token, and then you can tap 2 food tokens and create 1 mana of any color. This card seems like it's not going to do anything. And then all of a sudden they're sitting there with like fucking 8 food tokens. You're like, oh, you have 4 open mana. Okay. I need to figure out what I need to do around that. So this one's pretty good.
Oh yeah. It grows faster, especially when you play it on like turn 2, turn 3, before any of the big, counter wars happen, and then a Ristic Study hits, and then a Fish hits, and people are drawing, and all of a sudden there's a big counter war, and you make like, just right then and there, you make 5, food tokens, plus you're making all these other ones, and they don't sacrifice. You get to repeatedly tap them. So every 2 spells, you get a mana rock, basically, that just taps for 1 of every color. You get an Arcane Signet. Every 2 spells an opponent's cast. I mean, that's insane. I guess non-creature, but that's most of the format.
Yeah. And I remember you saying this doesn't belong in Kinnan because it's not.
Yes. So the big thing, everyone's like, are you playing it in Kinnan? Yes. So the tapping of the two foods, the food is not adding the mana. His ability is, but he is not the one tapping. So you don't get any extra. Now, some people still say, well, it's still worth the value. You're getting extra mana. But I think that Kinnan's card slots are very competitive at this point. There's so many good options. And there's so much mana already. I don't really want a grindy piece that doesn't synergize with my deck. Yeah, it's great in Thrasios Cradle decks where you're trying to get Thrasios out as fast as possible with a bunch of mana and Cradle and just keep pumping mana into that. That's great. But Kinnan activations, you need bigger bursts of mana. Not, I want to play this and wait till my opponents cast a bunch of spells. And, I'm a little more proactive. It's a human, so it doesn't hit off of Kinnan. So that's my potential. I don't think it's a hot take. I think everyone else is insane that runs this in Kinnan, but I don't think you're insane. It is a great card. It just doesn't mesh with the deck as well as you'd think. Now, another card, Badger Mole Cub, also amazing in Cradle decks, specifically because it's another creature. So Cradle will naturally tap for more. And then it turns the Earthbend, the Cradle becomes a creature, so you add an extra mana. And then whenever you tap a creature for mana, it adds an additional green. So you're just by playing this, your Cradle's now tapping for 3 more mana. And if someone destroys it or even exiles it, it just comes back. So it's like, Jesus Christ. And then you can flicker this thing. In my Rog Thras list that is a little bit more, I don't know. It's probably not optimized as it could be, but I like playing stuff like a bunch of clones, which it isn't crazy. That's kind of normal, but I play Displacer Kitten and I'm really trying to flicker my Spellseeker, the Imperial Recruiter, and just get value, get all these combo creatures out and things like that. I don't run any of the breach lines, but this card is amazing in that. And even if you just have it put a counter on a fetch land, you get to double fetch. So you get to fetch, then the land comes back tapped, you get to fetch again the next turn. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Nice. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah. And there was a game I had with Displacer Kitten out where I was like, yep, and I'll just make that, and then I'll fetch that land, and then I'll do this again. And yeah, it was just so much value. And then you get Seedborn out, and you can fetch on everyone's turn. You're just growing your resources exponentially. It's disgusting. I know. We were talking about how annoying Rog Thras is, so I'm like, well, that deck seems fun and annoying to be. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last card that we want to talk about is Washington, Librarian, which is for X and 2 blue, you get a flash flying vigilance creature. When it enters, put X +1/+1 counters on him, then draw half X cards rounded down, and whenever an opponent searches their library, put a +1/+1 counter on Washington and draw a card. This card is really good. I've never successfully played it. It's been in my hand, and I've seen it, and I'm like, I'm just going to play it, but I've never played it. But I know this card's really good because I've seen people draw a ridiculous amount of cards from it, and it saves itself from Orcish Bowmaster, because every time you draw a card, you put a counter on it, and then Orcish Bowmaster tries to hit it. It can't because you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it saves its ass by doing that.
Yep, that is a cool interaction with it too. So I will say I have gotten to play it. I don't think I ever have pumped a bunch of mana into X yet with it. It's mostly been I had it early game, And it's great in a hand where you're mulling down. It's basically, obviously, it's not even close to the card advantage of a Rhystic or a Mystic. But in my Kinnan deck, if I have to mull down and I'm like, man, I'm going to be, I'm in third seat, I need to get some sort of advantage piece. It's just another one that you're like, hey, it's not a Rhystic study, but at least I have a turn 2 or even 1 if you get a land and like a Chrome Mox or something, turn 1 Wan Shi Tong, and I can, at least get some extra cards and be back in the game. At late game, it's great because if you have a bunch of mana and you top deck this, you're like, oh, well, I can kind of refill my hand. One thing to note is the draw is not a May ability. And at the end, we can do a little bit of we'll do the tournament recap, but this was one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen. There was this Kefka player, and I don't know. I'm not going to throw him under the bus too much, but he had to mull down, but he got an early Rhystic and drew a shitload of cards. And he's like, guys, I'm not going to win on my turn unless something changes. Draws his card per turn, and he's like, oh, well, that'll make everything. Casts Ad Nauseam. We all come down and stop him, and he's like, okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Gets back to him, and he's just like, I'm not going to, because we're like, okay, guys, be ready. He still has a shitload of cards in hand. He's like, I am not going to win on my turn. And I swear and he's like, unless I draw like the miracle draw. And he draws the card, and I swear he put it right on the battlefield as a land. Now, this is the part where it's he said, she said. I'm not going to, throw this guy under the bus that much. But I swear he was like, oh, perfect. Plays a land, which he already had plenty of mana, goes Thoracle Tainted Pact. And we're like, dude, you had that the whole fucking time. You had it the whole fucking time. I don't remember for a fact or whatever, but he was being a little shisty. I mean, whatever. It's a tournament. You're trying to win, but I always tell people, don't lie. Just be deceptive. Just don't tell him and just be like, I don't know. Or be sarcastic. Oh, yeah, I'm going to push so fucking hard on my turn. Oh, yeah, I'm going to win. Don't just straight up, I cannot win, and then Thoracle decon or whatever. But he does that, and no one has anything, but he has this Wan Shi Tong out. And so he's like, okay, so GG's, guys. And the Blue Farm player's like, go through the triggers. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah, just go through the triggers. So he's like, okay, here's my deck. It's exiled. And then he points to this other player next to me and he goes, crack your fetch land. And then the player, he didn't even know. He just like looks down and he like looks back up and smiles. And then the Kefka player like looks at his Wan Shi Tong and he's like, oh, fuck, that sucks. Oh, man. And he's like, yep, you get to force him to draw. And the Kefka player thought he meant like force the draw, like we were gonna claim a draw, but he's like, no, like I'm forcing you to draw your card that you don't have. He's like, oh, come on, guy, we're not gonna take a draw on that. And he made a big fuss out of it, and it was pretty salty about it. I mean, I didn't think it was that bad. He's just like, oh, that fucking sucks. Really, guys? Really? And we're like, yeah, really. You lose. It's like, sorry, but that's the game. So he walks away and then keeps trying to be like, so no draw then? We're like, no. So then after he left, we're like, okay, guys, do you want to actually draw? But everyone was like, no, fuck that guy. His attitude sucked. I was still okay with drawing. I'm like, it would just be funny. Like, he already had his tantrum. He did end up coming back and apologizing later, but it didn't bother me that much. It's like, dude, this was the redemption event the next day, and everyone was fucking cranky and tired. We played like 12 hours of Magic straight, and then we're like 5 hours into the second day, and we're like, dude, everyone was just over it. But yeah, really funny. It was hilarious just watching someone get kind of tilted. I mean, the guy was fine. I didn't think it was that bad, but
it's always funny to watch someone get tilted.
Oh yeah, Frank, who was on our reserve list, that he has a funny story about how some guy absolutely fucking flipped shit. Like someone did like he said the guy was kind of being a little bit of a dick, and is like, all right, like I forgot what he was resolving, like maybe a Thoracle or like a tainted pat or something like that. And then another player just like silently tosses a Mindbreak trap down on the table without saying anything. And he said the guy immediately just started like flipping out, and everyone busted out laughing right in his face. And he said the guy just scooped up his shit and fucking left.
Oh my God.
Like left the room. They're like, he left the whole room. And it's a giant convention hall. So like, I think he just like left the whole place, which is hilarious. And we saw the guy later, and Frank was like, oh yeah, that's the hero that made that guy fucking walk out just by throwing a Mindbreak trap down. It's like, hey, if that's all it takes, man. And based on that, makes it seem like all these players are super tilted and like sweaty at these tournaments. And yes, it's high level play and people are taking it seriously, but it was honestly 9 out of 10 people were super enjoyable and fun to be around. So
this game isn't Yu-Gi-Oh, am I right? Okay. Let's get to
but let's get into the Lorwyn shit.
Yeah, let's get into the crux of this biscuit. I was already talking about this card when you were off doing your Comcast bullshit, but we have Burden Stoneback, 1 and a white creature, giant warrior. This creature enters with 2 -1/-1 counters, and then for 1 and a white, remove a counter from this creature. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. All right, Ian. I know you wanted this. You were saying Tayam for this card?
Yeah, the reason. Yeah, this is not one of the. So there's so many cards that put counters, remove counters, and I kind of threw all the ones that were 2 CMC and less on here. I don't think this is necessarily a good time card. It's 2 mana for 2 counters. I do like the indestructible, but it's a sorcery, so you can't do it as protection. I just kind of wanted to, since it was first on the list, I was like, well, we're going to get into some better time cards. So, we don't have to talk about it too much. You're more of the time player, so I would say if you liked it, it'd be worth running maybe, but I think it misses the mark.
So for cards that you can like, I can kind of see where you're coming from with this card, because it comes in with 2 counters on it, and with timeout it gets 3 counters for the vigilance counter. So you have the 3 counters right there, and you can sack it, do a time loop with it. But you already have creatures that do that, and do other things on top of that. This card doesn't really do much. Like the indestructible is great until you say, oh, only at sorcery speed, because you can't use it as protection.
If that was instant speed, would it be better?
Yeah, no. If that was instant
not just
speed,
better, but would it be worth running?
That would be worth thinking about for time if it had.
Okay.
If it didn't have that restriction.
Also, doesn't the art just a little bit, maybe not so much the color scheme, but it kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. Just the way the stones are shaped with the swirls on it, some weird monster giant thing, and then that like eclipsed moon in the background, or eclipsed sun. Just kind of reminds me of the like very Dark Souls-esque, but the purples don't really fit as much.
It reminds me of...
I'm thinking Dark Souls 3 specifically.
Hell yeah. I'm thinking more of Elden Ring, those like those cathedrals, the walking cathedrals.
Oh yeah, with the giant shit on their back. Yeah, it depends on how big this guy actually is. We don't have any like context for like of a normal human size thing next to him to see. Is he one of those giants that's like, oh, you're like 12 feet tall, or is he like 40 feet tall?
Or is that just grains of rice and he's tiny?
Yeah. Who knows? All right.
Who knows?
I just wanted to... He's a good starting point.
All right.
And then right away, we're going to hear someone, like, this isn't even a Tayam card. Fuck you guys. You guys don't even know what you're talking. It's like, oh my God. Do you want us to talk about the same 5 cards, not even, that everyone else is talking about? Hold your tongue. All right. Hey, this one's slightly better. And enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it.
It does nothing afterwards. So encumbered Regery. Its name is Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah.
So Jerry is 1 and a white. Creature Merfolk Soldier. Enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. And then whenever it becomes tapped, you remove a -1/-1 counter from it. So... Oh, I see. It's a 5/4. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, this card is probably worse than the card you just showed me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't actually think this one's even better. Like, yeah, sure, it comes in with 3 -1/-1 counters, but Tayam already gives it a counter.
You already have a lot of those. Okay.
And you already have a lot of those.
All right.
If you're looking for another
me, I
one,
guess.
I think, well, which one? They're both the same cost and cost. I think I would go
the one with the abilities is a little bit more versatile, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I would go with the Burden Stoneback versus, if I was going to talk between these 2 cards, it would be the Stoneback, I think. All
right. Well, we can move on to the next one since we're trying to be faster than we normally are.
Yep. All right, Ian, what does this one do?
All right. This is Kinsayer Sentry. It's 1 and a white for a creature Kithkin Soldier. First strike and lifelink. It's a 2/2. And whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures you control. I immediately thought of Winota. I know Winota is not really in the format anymore, but there was a Winota player that I saw at the tournament, and I don't think she made top cut, but it still was scary. I sat next to the game at one point, and she had a fairly dominating presence, and everyone's like, dude, are we fucking cooked? Oh, no. And she just kept shitting out more creatures. No. So this is just another non-human that could potentially put more cards out onto the battlefield. You could also put it in any sort of... I'm trying to think of like Timna Kodama or something where you're just trying to keep, one of those Timna Halana, Timna Kodama kind of lists where it's a little more stacksy and you're trying to get creatures to swing and then you put more things. And yeah, it's just kind of a fun value creature. It's cheap enough. Is it going to make waves? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if it pops up in a list or 2. I'd rather talk about everything than do the same top 5 cEDH cards from Lorwyn. Because I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks, so that we can say, yeah, that was ours. So when that Boom Mobile or whatever from Ether Drift, when that finally hits a combo in a tournament, we can point back and say, yeah, we found that.
Funny thing with throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it sticks. That is how you test if spaghetti's done. You
can, but like,
it's my
are you doing that at the restaurant?
Sometimes. Well, I don't cook spaghetti at my restaurant, but like, if I was, sometimes I would just, if I'm cooking it at home, sometimes I'll just take it, throw it at the fucking cabinet, see if it sticks.
That's wild.
My girlfriend doesn't like it.
Yeah, but that's going to be the clump that goes in her bowl, right?
No, we throw that bit away.
All right, that's really all I had to say about that one.
Okay. You want to read this one since I read 2 in a row?
Yeah. Pyrrhic Strike. It's 2 and a white for an instant. As an additional cast to cost the spell, you may blight 2. You may put 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature you control. So again, Tayam, but an instant for Tayam, potentially. Choose one. If the spell's additional cost is paid, choose both instead. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Destroy target creature with mana value 3 or greater. Probably not going to use the 3 or greater. It's a little overcosted, but I don't know. I just thought of Tayam. I think it's overcosted, though. I think if it was pay the 2 or do Blight would be incredible.
Oh, I'm actually going to... Blight's actually a bonus to doing this.
Yes.
If you have a big enough creature, you're essentially just like... If it was 2 and then add Blight, this card would be broken. Because, yeah, everyone would obviously be picking Blight every time.
Yeah. And it would be fantastic. It would be, and then the occasional, if I get to destroy some big thing on the field, like a Consecrated Sphinx or a Seedborn Muse, there's plenty of stuff that's CMC 3 or greater. It's just that a lot of the pesky threats that you do want to get rid of are, 2 CMC or less, ironically. But yeah, there's actually another instant that's going to come up later that's a little bit better for Tayam, but trust me though, when I say there's the Tayam cards are the ones that might actually be played are yet to come. So don't let these turn you off of Lorwyn if you're a Tayam player.
Yep. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Anyways, Omni Changeling. Is 3 and 2 blue. Oh, wait. Did we want to say anything else about this card? I think it's decent. I think it's decent, but you don't really play instances in Tayam, so take it as you will.
Yeah.
So Omni Changeling is 3 and 2 blue for creature Shapeshifter, which has Changeling, and it has Convoke, which is interesting. And you may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except it has Changeling. So this is another clone effect, but with Convoke. So you need at least 3 other creatures on the field that you want to tap. So this is like a Simic clone, or like a Rogthras clone.
Yeah, so Rogthras, Dogthras. We kind of briefly touched on this, and when we were pulling up all these cards, and we're like, okay, just to get these ready. And my thinking is, in Rogthras, for example, you're always going to have your Rograk and Thrasios. Of course, shit can get destroyed, but if you have those, and then usually you're going to want to you can clone something else for value on the field. So at least you almost always have 2 creatures. So it's a 3 mana clone. So maybe slightly overcosted by 1. But most of the time you're going to want to be cloning something on your own board, like a Spellseeker or a Cloud of Fairies to untap your Cradle again. And so you're almost always going to have 3 or more creatures. And it could potentially be free if you're later into the mid game or late game when you have a shitload of creatures, and it's just a free clone. You just tap some of your creatures that you're not really a combat deck anyway. So boom, free clone. Or at the very least, it's just 2 blue, like Flesh Duplicate or Phantasmal Image, or a lot of the other clones. So I think it's actually, like, the more I think about it, in those decks, it's even better.
Even better? Ian?
And the nice thing about Convoke, I think it's even betterer.
Why would it be better than, say, a Flesh Duplicate that only costs 2?
Because it could be free.
No,
I didn't mean it's better than those. I mean, it's more so that it's better than I initially thought. I think it's going to go in my Rogthras. My Rogthras list for sure.
I mean, it technically would be better than a Phyrexian Metamorph in those decks. But I'm thinking like Fimage and Flesh Duplicate, and I think it might be even better than Mockingbird, which everyone plays. And Mockingbird's good. It's just sometimes you don't want to be paying that much to clone something.
Agreed. Sometimes you're like, man, I wish I could clone their Seedborn Muse or something, and I didn't want to have to pay
tap out
5 mana. Yeah.
Yeah, this card is okay. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst clone. So there you go.
Also, there's one other card in blue that is not good, but since blue didn't get shit, all right. You're never going to cast this, but it can't be countered. So it's Glenn Elendra's Answer, 2 and 2 blue for an instant. This spell can't be countered. Counter all spells your opponents control and all abilities your opponents control. Create a 1/1 blue and black fairy creature token with flying for each spell and ability countered this way.
Counter all spells your opponents control and all abilities your opponents control. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's way overcosted, but it's like, what could you make this cost that doesn't feel like it's like, geez, whoa, okay. You know, if you made this 2, that would be like, this is the best counter spell we've ever fucking seen. If it's 3, yeah. If it was 3, would you play this?
I would play this if this was 4. This is actually decent. And I mean, Mindbreak Trap it's essentially Mindbreak Trap, but can't be countered. And it doesn't exile things and shit, but when you put Mindbreak Trap on the stack, it essentially does the same thing, right? You're just exiling all your opponent's cards, or in this case, countering all of them. But, okay. Now, hear me out. Mindbreak Trap is sometimes free, but sometimes you hardcast that shit, and you're fine with that, right?
Yeah, I've hardcasted it before.
I've hardcasted Mindbreak Trap before, and I felt great about it.
Yeah, same.
Counters all your opponent's spells and
abilities
all their abilities
too.
That's the key thing right there. All abilities. That's triggered or activated abilities. That's really fucking good.
Everything on the stack. Basically, everything that's on the stack gets countered.
Your shit. Yeah.
Now, it's not exiled. It is countered. So there's another card that people have been throwing around that might make this card irrelevant, at least its effect, if that card's out on the field. But we'll get to that. I think if it's 3 mana, it's absolutely broken, and 4, it feels a little overcosted. But
I think it's perfect.
It's honestly, the way I see it, it's almost like a board wipe for the stack.
Yeah. And its downside is its casting cost. So that's the only thing that I'm like, maybe it won't see play because it's a 4-drop.
And then you know what? You get all these fucking tokens too. I mean, it would be hilarious in a Cradle deck. I don't think I'm going to play this in my Rogthras deck, but it would be really funny.
Think of it in a Cradle deck, because you're already running a shit ton of mana. You probably already have Seedborn Muse out anyways. And then it generates a bunch of tokens for your fucking Gaia's Cradle. This card, I think, is like, maybe not S tier, but I think this card's A tier. And you just put it on the list like, oh yeah, this card's not that good. No, this card's fucking great. Are you kidding me?
It's just the mana cost.
Yeah, it's a 4-drop.
Dude, honestly, you know what it should be? You know what it should be? It should just be 3 blue pips. That would be so.
That would be even harder to cast, but I would still play this card.
I would. Exactly. It would be harder to cast, but it would be 3 C. I don't know. There's something about 4 CMC that's like, fuck.
I don't know, man. I think this card's gas. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? I'm probably gonna. You know what? I'll test it in my Rogthras list.
Do it. I'm sure Rogthras or any Cradle deck, this would be really good.
It is also a really good, like, you hold up. You know what? It actually is good for you when you don't have anything proactive to do on your turn, and you've got 4 mana open or more, and you just go, yeah, pass the turn. And if it gets to the end step and this was never relevant, you just activate Thrasios. Or if there's a big counter war and everyone's like, can you do anything? Can you activate Thrasios? Like, no, not going to do that. And you wait till the stack gets big and then you go, boom. Yeah. There we go.
You wait till everyone's like, yeah, I'm out of interaction. I can't do anything else. And I'm like, cool. Everyone's out of interaction. Here's a Glen Elendra.
You know what's even cooler? I did just think about this too. Someone does Thoracle. No one responds. In response to the ETB, they hold priority and cast Demonic Consultation. This takes care of the activated ability too.
Yeah, you just wait for the Demonic Consults.
Or other triggered ability of Thoracle. So you get another trigger.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this, like I was saying, Ian, this card's much better than you were thinking.
Yeah, I'll test it.
Mana cost. People play Commandeer, and I know that card's fucking essentially free.
It's so good, but like I don't like that you have to exile 2 cards for it.
Yeah, people still play that card. This has a reasonable casting cost and an outrageously good ability. I'm just saying, this card's fucking really good.
We'll see. I'm gonna get
a copy, and I'll fucking test it too, because I don't know if it belongs in every deck, but like at least Thrasios Cradle decks, I think it belongs into.
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Let's go to black. We spent too much time on that one card.
All right, another Tayam card. Go ahead and read this.
Dawnhand Dissident. For black, you get an Elf Warlock with Blight 1, which is you put a -1/-1 counter on a creature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you surveil 1, and then it's got Blight 2, and then you exile target card from a graveyard. During your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you own exiled with this card by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control in addition to playing its other costs. Okay. This is good if, like, your OBM got Mindbreak trapped or something, and you need to figure out how to win. No, wait, no. It's only exiled by this card. So my biggest issue is that the cards that you can cast from it have to be exiled by this card, so you can't just, like, cast something from exile if it was Mindbreak trapped or something. So that's my biggest issue with it, but it's good. I think Blight, Time uses a lot of +1/+1 counters, so you just have to be careful with that. So you should either be like, if you're like very into the +1/+1 counters, you shouldn't be running that much Blight, right? Does that make sense to you, Ian?
Yeah.
Because you don't want the counters to start counteracting each other.
That's a good point.
But for creatures that don't have counters on them, I mean, this is pretty good. Just Blight 2, exile target creature from a graveyard, from any graveyard. Oh, that's it.
So I like that it's graveyard hate, and then the extra like potential benefit of getting to cast something from an opponent's graveyard that you've exiled is it's kind of like a 1 mana. It's not the best counter thing in Tayam, but the fact that it has all these other abilities that are like, well, it's just like a utility creature that if it comes up, it could be good. I don't know if that's worth running, but it's interesting.
I mean, it's decent. I don't know. Yeah, it's worth testing. I don't know if it's like include immediately. But it's worth testing.
Okay, well, let's see what else we have for black. Another Tayam card.
Oh, Ian, why don't you read, or do you want me to read Moon Shadow since it's a
go ahead.
card? Okay. So Moon Shadow is a black creature for black, and it's an elemental. It has menace. It's a 7/7. What the fuck? This creature enters with 6 -1/-1 counters on it. Nice. Whenever one or more permanent cards cards are put into the graveyard from anywhere else, this creature has a -1 counter. Remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. I probably kind of stuttered on that, but essentially, yeah, you start removing counters if cards start going into your fucking graveyard, which is not ideal.
No, but the fact that it enters with 6, and then if you have Tayam, 7 counters on it, I mean,
yeah, that's
and then if you like kill this and bring it back, I mean, I feel like this is just gonna speed up so many combo. Like, I feel like it might make new combo lines available just because of the amount of counters.
So the issue
that are available
here, the issue here that I'm saying is that when you activate Tayam and you're taking the counters from this, you instantly remove the last 3 counters that are on it. So you would need to activate Tayam twice in a row for this to like actually be good. Which sometimes
you need to hold priority and activate before it goes. Okay.
Yeah, so you activate Tayam and then you activate Tayam again, holding priority. But besides that, I mean, it's a 1-drop, gets heckin' big, and it has menace, so every once in a while you might want to start swinging with your Tayam creatures, because the board's looking, sometimes you just want to swing.
I know.
And a 7/7 with menace, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Worth testing, for sure.
All right, so let's see. I think there's one more black card.
Nope, we're on Hexing Squelcher. So Ian, you can read this one.
Oh, I did have another one on there, I thought.
Did you?
Let me see really quick. I thought there was... Actually, I was going to make a joke and be like, I don't think we have another Tayam card. But Requiting Hex, 1 black instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you may blight 1. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If the spell's additional cost is paid, you gain 2 life. Yeah. It's another counter. But blight 1, is that enough? Probably not.
Okay. Hexing Squelcher.
Yes, so this is the big one. It is 1 in a red for a creature goblin sorcerer. That's a 2/2. And it has this spell can't be countered. It also has ward, pay 2 life. It also has other creatures you control have ward, pay 2 life. And that's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you misread something, but no, Ian. It has a 4th line of text. It's actually its 3rd line of text.
Huh?
Yeah, so spells you control can't be countered. So this is uncounterable. Grand Abolisher, but worse. Because even if you pass priority, it's still in effect. So,
yeah. Even if it's a Grand Abolisher, kinda, but that it's on other turns. It's asymmetrical. So once again, they took a card out back, being Spider Punk, and just said, "Hey, look at that pond! Isn't that beautiful?" And just shot him in the back of the head. Yeah. Hexing Squelcher is... This is going to shake some shit up. Everyone's already been talking about it. I don't think... I'm more in the middle on it. There's some people that are foolishly saying, dude, there's not even a big deal. You just play removal. And it's like, okay. So think about this. Your opponent plays this. You can't counter it. Then you go, well, I'm going to remove it. And they counter your removal spell.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. So, okay. Unless there's multiple removal spells, which removal is just not that it played as much. You absolutely need to play it in cEDH. Decks that don't are stupid. But you're not playing like a ton of removal. And even if you do increase the amount of removal you play, the people that are playing this are going to have counter spells and they can protect it so easily. That's the issue, is that you're always, soon as you play this, soon as this hits the stack, there's an immediate problem with that player. And it's like, well, we have to be really careful about how we remove that. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with all the Cradle decks running around and shit like this if board wipes become more relevant.
Ooh.
But then again, they can just counter your board wipe and then you can't do anything about it because you can't counter it.
Yeah.
So
I've been hearing that things like deflecting SWAT and redirect lightning, which we didn't talk about, but it was from the Avatar set.
Oh, when we talked about the Avatar. Yeah. Redirect lightning. I've only seen it come up a couple times, but it does work. It's just deflecting SWAT and it's 1 mana. It's absolutely good.
Those cards are going to be more useful, I think. Or like
Mindbreak Trap, because it's not countering, it's exiling.
Your MBTs, which are already fucking popular, but this card's gonna be broken. I wouldn't be surprised if they banned this card, but if they don't, it's gonna really shake up the format.
I don't think they will, because no one in casual will give a shit. If anything, they'll praise this card because they're like, oh, I don't have to deal with pesky blue players. I can just dirtle on my turn and play solitaire all I want.
Yeah, that's the fucking annoying part about this card. It doesn't do anything in casual.
Yeah. You almost just wouldn't play it because counter spells just aren't that prevalent in casual. Yeah, I'm in the middle. I don't think it's going to be like super toxic. Like, you know what? Let's just say I'm all for shakeups. Let's see what happens. Let's see how we respond to it. Let's see what happens.
I think it's going to be pretty toxic. But at the same time, it's going to shake up the format. So,
then maybe Shurikai Humility will come back and it'll be like, oh yeah, well, your Hexing Squelcher doesn't do shit.
That would be great. You know why? Because I'm also sick I'm sick of Rogthras decks, and this is just another thing that Rogthras gets that just really fucks my day up.
Yeah. Honestly, I know it's stupid, but I almost just like my Rogthras list is my list that's like the least competitive of all of mine. Like all my other lists, I'm building them as best as possible. It's still like, 99% there, but I don't run the Cradle stuff or not Cradle. Oh my God, that'd be insane. I don't run the Breach stuff. Don't quote me on that. I don't run the Breach stuff.
Ian doesn't run Cradle in a Cradle deck? Crazy.
Yeah, it's Turbo Cradle without Cradle. Let your mind wrap around that. But I almost don't want to run this because I'm like, I just want to play fun shit. Like I put a Tali in my Rogthras list. Do you know how fun that is to be like, I'm going to tap my Cradle and then 2 other things and I'm going to play a Tali. People are like, oh shit. Oh yeah. And I'm going to play Displacer Kitten and I'm going to blink my Atali and I'm just going to, this is like a secret commander Atali deck. I don't want to play fucking Hexing Squelcher. Boring. I'm going to play it in my Turbo deck. My Thras Vial, absolutely, is going immediately in there. I don't want to play it in Rogthras because it's just boring. It's like, okay, can't be countered.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's move on. This guy's going to be a problem.
Yep. All right. It's a problem. Let's move on.
All right. Problem child.
Oh, yeah. Read this one. It's another Tayam card, potentially.
Oh, this is just the set for Tayam in Ian's eyes. For 1 in green, you get a Kithkin Soldier that's a 6/6. Damn. Trample Ward 2. This creature enters with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. When another creature you control enters while this creature has a -1/-1 counter on it, remove a -1/-1 counter from this creature. This is not good, Ian. This is worse than the last one.
Well, yeah. The Moonshadow's clearly the best one.
Yeah, Moonshadow makes sense. This one now, like, if a creature enters the battlefield, which you want so many creatures to start entering. So this card's just going to fucking break your hand. All right. Because you're not going to play it early game until you have Tayam, and then when you do have Tayam, you have to, like, then get rid of all the counters from it immediately, once again, because you're just going to remove all the counters. I don't play goddamn
Tayam.
Okay. I'm helping you. I'm not bringing you down. Okay, let's go to a real cEDH card. Formidable Speaker.
Yes. Go ahead and read this one, since the last one didn't tickle your fancy.
Okay, so for 2 and a green, you get an Elf Druid creature that's 2/4. When this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. And then untap it. For 1 and tap it, you can untap another target permanent. So this is just more gas for the fucking Rock Thrash player, who I fucking hate, because his name is Ian.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
I don't even play that deck against you guys that much. I usually play Kinnan which is fun. But it's easy to hate that. There's people in my local meta that just absolutely hate that deck. They're like, God, dude, just fucking win the game already. And they're like, I'm going to activate Thrasios 10 more times. Like, can't you just fucking win already? God damn it. They get so mad. It's hilarious. This is an immediate either get the winning combo creature, or if you don't have your Cradle yet, you play this and you discard whatever, and you get your Sowing Mycospawn the next turn, or if you have enough mana this turn, you tap or you cast the Sowing Mycospawn, immediately get a Cradle out onto the battlefield, and you already have your untapping thing, and this creature plus the Sowing Mycospawn, so you have 2 more creatures to feed into it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yep.
There's no other way to put it. It's immediate include. I've already been testing it, and it works exactly how I want it.
Yeah, I mean, this card is pretty good. Like, I'm trying to think. This is pretty good in Tayam even.
It's good in everything.
Pretty much in everything. But Tayam's also a Cradle deck. But yeah, the fact that you discard something, so you get something for your graveyard if you want, puts the creature into your hand, and then you have an untap ability, which is not the best in time, but in other decks, that ability is great. Anyways, moving on. Please don't tell me this is another time card, Ian.
Nope, it's not. I think we're done. Anti-Ool! Curse Wretch. Okay, so this was not on my radar at all, but someone made a list for this, and they have a primer already, and it's not that good, but it's really funny, and there's some cheeky combos you can do with it. So it's 1 black, red, and a green, which I love Jund, so that's kind of why I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's throw it on the list. It's a legendary creature, Goblin Warlock, 4/4. Has Ward Blight 2. So the player would have to put 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature they control in order to target this. Whenever 1 or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, draw a card if you control that creature. If you don't control it, its controller loses 1 life. Now, can you target your own creature and you'd have to pay the ward cost, or is that only for opponents?
I believe it's only I don't even know how ward works. I actually think it's not asymmetrical, so you would have to pay for it, but let me double check. The trigger ability protects a permanent person.
An opponent to pay an additional cost. Okay. So you don't have to pay it when you target it. Okay. But type in anti-ool cEDH.
How do you spell, is word asymmetrical? How do you spell asymmetrical?
ASIY, I mean. Sim, M, and then metric. Yeah. Oh, there's 2 M's. Interesting. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yes, word is asymmetrical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Type in anti-ool cEDH. I feel like someone has a primer on Moxfield that I just want to show that it exists to.
Did you get it from the r/competitive EDH?
Or it might be that thing right there. I think I did get it from
Clavin D.
And then look at the primer. It's just kind of cool.
All right.
I saw it and I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's
combo pieces.
Okay, so this one's way less. They don't have anything here. Okay, hold on. I think it was the Reddit one.
Come on.
I want this open. Come on, Moxfield.
And you use herself.
I think is this just the same one? I felt like I read it the other day and it was like there was way more in it. Oh yeah, there is more. Okay. So there's Hoarding Broodlord lines. I mean, they're all like fucking Breach. It's just a goofy deck. I just thought it would be kind of cool.
Okay.
So I just wanted to, I read it the other night and I forgot it, but I just thought, I'm like, you know what? Chet Manley. Keep doing good work.
Anti-ooze.
I just wanted to mention it. So, excuse me. So if anyone was interested in brewing a goofy fringe list, that they could fuck with it. All right. Moving on.
Next on the list is...
Here's a good one.
Klatchan's Heart. So for 2 and a white, you get a legendary creature, Kithkin Warrior, that's a 3/2. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Brigid Klatchan's Heart, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay green. If you do, transform Brigid. Come on, transform.
Yeah.
There we go. Brigid Downsmind. I'm probably butchering all these fucking names. So now is a green creature, and now it taps and adds X green or X white, where X is the number of other creatures you control. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay white. If you do, transform Brigid.
It's a Cradle.
Yeah, it's just Cradle. For white.
Yep.
God damn it. Stop giving Cradle decks things to use.
Hey, well, I can't play it in Rogthras, but in your Dogthras list, which, you know what? For all the bitching that you do about the goddamn Cradle decks, you have one.
I don't play it. I just built it.
Not that often.
Not that
but
often.
You should, and this one should be in it, potentially.
Yeah, you're right. I'll agree with you. You're absolutely fucking right. Yeah, the best part about this is like, so you can tap on your main phase, you can just tap your Cradle, float all the green mana, you can transform this. And now you can tap it for X or X white. So you have to pick one or the other.
And it creates another body too when it enters at first too, which isn't super relevant, but it's like it just adds another body. Then on your next turn, you transform it, and it's a 3/2 that is a Cradle that can also add white.
Now, I believe this is an either or, right? You add X grade or
yeah,
X
you
white.
can't. It's not in combination, but still, that's so good.
Yeah, this is God damn it. This card's only going for $3. I feel like it should go up for more because like this is good. This is good. This is good shit. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, we can move on. I'm trying to think.
We've got 3 more.
Okay. The next card I have, some of these I have some notes on. So this one, I don't know. I think I mixed up my notes on this one. But so if they change the hybrid rule, this could be a really fun, like Timna Dargo card where you do the sacrifice or burnt offering on Dargo to sacrifice it and get 7 mana and just cast this. Because you can cast Dargo if you sacrifice enough things for 1 red, then you play sacrifice it and add 7 black and then cast this basically for like 2 mana or whatever. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with total mana value 5 or greater this way. Until end of turn, you may cast cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. It's almost like an Atali type effect. Do I think this is more of a goofy one? Some guy even did a whole Reddit post, which we could pull up if we want, about like testing different pods and like potential, like what would happen and like what potential hits do we get. Let's actually just do that. Dream Harvest cEDH test hands with Dream Harvest. Okay. I was reading this the other night and I'm like, oh, so shout out to Darth Ra. So here are some randomly decided metapods. So pod 1, Dargo Timna, Calgar, Malcolm Vile. Hit Tainted Pact, Culling the Weak, Ad Naz. Holy shit. How are they able to hit all of that? Because it's total mana value 5. Maybe they couldn't.
Culling the Weak. No,
this one?
Culling the Weak is 1, right?
Oh, it is.
So they drew Tainted Pact, Culling the Weak.
I thought this was Culling Ritual. Oh, yeah. So as soon as it hits 5, it's done. But you get all of that. Mana Vault, Fierce, Demonic, Birgi, Mystical Tutor, Born Upon the Wind. So he's like, yep, verdict is this is an instant win, and I would agree. Pod 2, you get Worldly Tutor, Rhystic, Clever Impersonator off of Glarb, Ragavan, Arcane Signet, and Rhystic, another Rhystic off of Terra, Snapcaster Mage, Imp Seal, Smothering Tithe, probable win. I mean, yeah, you get double Rhystics, a clone, which you could then have because it's the one that can enter as any non-land permanent. You get a third Rhystic if you want. And then a Smothering Tithe. This is like holy fuck value. Pod 3 was Kefka, Tali Sisse, Talisman and Cormella, Pyrokinesis, and then Peregrine Took, Vampiric Tutor, Lotus Petal, Red Elemental Blast. Like, yeah, it's still great value. You can still blow something up, get some more value, and then you have a potential 1 card. If you're in Grixis, Cormella is a combo piece. I mean, it's still not bad.
Yeah.
And then pod 4, Oppo, Tithe, Cryptolith, right? Llanowar Elves, Carrion Feet. I mean, they're still all really good hit. Like all of this, it's like verdict, not a win. So it's, and then pod 5, not a win. It's still, all of these are still great hits. Probable win. It seems more like a fun card.
Yeah, because like it doesn't. Hold up, I'm gonna stop you right there because it doesn't. You can cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. So, like, you don't even need all these, like, Lotus Cobra, Lotus Petal, and shit like that. You don't even need that shit.
You could cast it just for the fuck of it. And you know what the other thing is? If they change the hybrid mana thing, this is also could go in blue decks. So, fuck it. Do the Cradle decks want this just because? Fuck it. I'd cast a shitload more creatures and... I mean, who knows? I don't know. I think it's more of like in my Rogthras list, if they change the hybrid rule, I might run this just to be like, hee. I'm just trying to be funny with as much mana as I can. But it looks fun to me.
Yeah, it does. All right. We got 2 more, unless there was another one that you wanted to add. But
yeah, we've got a couple more.
Okay.
Okay.
Dream Harvest. Keep an eye on that. That's a brutal fucking sorcery. I might want to test that.
I know. It seems fun. All right.
Vibrance.
So Vibrance. 3 and then red or a green. So it's 5 mana, 2 hybrid pips. It's a creature elemental incarnation 4/4. When this creature enters, if 2 red was spent to cast it, this creature deals 3 damage to any target. When this creature enters, if 2 green was spent to cast it, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life, and you can cast it for its evoke cost, which is with no generic mana. It's just 2 hybrid pips, red or green. So you probably almost always cast it for the evoke cost, and you have a tutor for your Cradle.
Wow.
And it's another body if you do cast it for the full or removal.
Great.
You can also loop it infinitely for... so I'm going to probably take out Sylvan Scrying and throw this one right in.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do that right now on my list. Just get fucked. I'm literally pulling up my list right now and adding Vibrance. Just get fucked.
Been 3. Yeah, there's been 3. No, well, 4 if you want to count Hexing Squelcher. 4 fucking cards that are for Cradle decks. 5 if you want to include Omni Changeling. Jesus Christ. Cradle decks are just getting better and better. And it's really annoying.
Oh, yeah. So we took out Sylvan Scrying, and Vibrance goes in.
Yeah, Vibrance is really good.
And yeah, you just get to search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. I mean, Jesus Christ. And if you're playing the Breach version, I guess same with Sylvan Scrying would go to your graveyard, but like it's still just more value.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there's something you can do with the
yikes.
Red.
And then you could loop it with Endurance and just keep paying the 2 red, 2 damage to you, draw my deck, Endurance, draw it back again, 2 red once you have your infinite mana. So it's just another outlet.
Yep. All right. Last card, I think.
There was actually one more card that, because you kind of mess around with Sisay a little bit. So go to there and go to the multicolored section. It's Tayam Mindful First Year.
Tayam with the T.
Keep going. Because it's a green-blue combination. There we go.
Each other creature you control... Tayam Mindful First Year. 1 and a hybrid green-blue pip. Legendary creature Gorgon Wizard. Nice. 2/2. Other creatures you control have hexproof from each of its colors. Okay. Target creature you control becomes all colors until end of turn. Okay. That's interesting.
I mean, doesn't Sisay want this?
Yo no sé. I don't know.
Because you make it target creature control becomes all colors, so then you get all colors, and then Sisay can search for whatever she wants. If you get this first, this is more of like a turbo Sisay win, I guess. I don't know. There's probably maybe faster lines. I don't know much about Sisay, but
against hexproof from
play
each
Sisay,
colors.
you get this.
Oh, target creature becomes all colors until end of turn. Oh, so then you do want this in Sisay, because then if you can tap this immediately, you can turn one of your creatures into a 5-colored creature, and then Sisay can tap or it becomes much bigger. Okay, now I see what you're getting at. Yes, you would want this in Sisay. This is pretty good.
Yeah, and it's already green and blue, so right away you have your green and blue colors. And then the hexproof is just kind of nice that like it's harder for opponents to target things. And then you can either go the protection route. You could even, what's nice is you could hold it up as like you play this and then you hold up your mana with Sisay, you pass the turn. And if anyone tries to target anything, boom, you can make that thing, all colors, so it has hexproof, and then activate Sisay, right after, as soon as it's all colors, and then you can get whatever you want with Sisay. Or not, maybe not anything, but you can probably get most things.
Right.
So, yeah, that was kind of my thinking.
Hell yeah. No, this is, I think, pretty good in Sisay. I'm trying to think of like a line, because you need to give everything haste first. But you could tutor this out. So you need one other creature. Probably your Tarvar. Is that the one that gives everything haste?
Which
so
one?
You need that Tarvar, the Planeswalker.
Oh, yeah.
So you take that out somehow. Or I haven't played this in a while. Either way, you get that out. Or you have your Melvin, the fucking toy that gives all activated abilities of other creatures. You get that out, then you turn to Tayam, and then you can tap that to turn Tayam or the toy into... Is it Marvin? Hold up, I have the card over here.
Marvin. Yeah.
It's Marvin, right?
Yeah, I think it's Marvin. The colorless one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
I thought I had it. I guess I don't. It's probably somewhere else. Either way. But yeah. This is actually a good card for Sisay. Surprisingly. I first was like, why would you want to give anything hexproof? And then I was like, oh no, you want it for the colors. Got it. Okay. Now for the last card. Which is this a Magda card, Ian?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Feardock Core, 3 colorless, for a Kindred Artifact Shapeshifter. Has Changeling, so it's every creature type, even if it's not a creature. So keep that in mind. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 4, this artifact becomes a 4/4 artifact creature until end of turn. That doesn't even matter because it's already an artifact and it's a dwarf. Whenever a dwarf becomes tapped, Magda does not give a shit that it's a creature. So just a dwarf that just taps on its own, that also just adds mana in addition to the treasure. So this is another combo piece. God damn it. I need to update so many of my fucking lists. I don't know why I'm pissed. I'm actually like super happy, but God
damn it. I got to do the hobby that I love.
I'm like, because I like just went through a bunch of my lists recently and have been kind of revamping stuff. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of changed, updated lists coming up soon. But yeah, this card is fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's a fucking artifact changeling. uh, but yeah. All right. I mean, that's Lorwyn Eclipsed. There's actually a decent amount of stuff in there for Cradle decks, Tayam. You got something for Magda. You got Sisse shit. You got Hexing Squelcher, which is either really good or really terrible for the format. We'll find out.
I think the biggest ones are obviously Hexing Squelcher, Formidable Speaker.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the biggest include for the Cradle decks.
Yeah, Vibrance. And then
these are the other ones we were talking about.
Dream Harvest, I think, is cute. I don't know if it will see play, but
yeah, I think it's more so going to be funny. Like if someone's like, "Hey, I just threw this in here to be goofy."
Yeah,
it's kind of like another win. I think if they change the hybrid rule, I think February there's going to be a big. So next month they're going to do a big banning, unbanning announcements, right? And then they might announce the hybrid thing. As much as like I kind of like have a bunch of ideas on what I'd run if they do change it, I feel like it kind of goes against the spirit of Commander, but at the same time, I don't give that much of a shit. I'm kind of like, whatever, I'm here for the ride. Whatever happens.
I still don't think it's a good idea. It's not going to like break anything, but like it's just not going to do much for the format.
Yeah. I also think this is going to be big for Tayam. I even know that when permanent cards are put into the graveyard from anywhere, it gets it removes the counters. I think there's going to be some sort of Tayam pilots are going to figure out a way to be like, okay, well, in response to that trigger, you return this and then you do that. There's going to be some lines that this opens up. I think if anything, I know we kind of went a little bit overboard with all the different Tayam cards. I think this one will be an auto include and it's going to open up some unique lines. Someone's going to figure it out and they're going to be like, holy shit, I broke it.
This is the line. And you get your Moon Shadow and Sack Outlet. And then you put 2 Tayam activations on the stack. You sacrifice your Moon Shadow. You get 1 activation where you can get anything you want and then you get your Moon Shadow back. That's what you do. And then your Moon Shadow enters with 7 counters because of Tayam, and then you do the same thing over and over again. And then you're just essentially building a board state. All you need is... I was going to say all you need is the mana, but you can literally just do that with like LED or something else. I don't know. There's easy ways to make a shit ton of mana in time. But, think... Unless you have anything else to say, Ian?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because the amount of time, I gotta get going.
No, yeah, and honestly, I already kind of interjected some things about the tournament. I didn't do too well. I went 1-4-1. The last one should have been a fucking win, but multiple players in response to me like casting Basalt, and I had the win in hand. They both showed me Pactive Negations, which they couldn't pay for, but they were like, they offered draws because they're like, otherwise I'll just let it happen. Yeah. Which I was kind of like, I don't want to take the draw, but they're like, yeah, I will kill myself just to prevent, like, I hate to do that, but like I have to offer the draw. And it's like, all right, fair enough. So, but I don't feel like I only had one game where I got absolutely wrecked, where I had to mull down, and I didn't want to mull down to a 4 because there was a Kefka player. I took a risky 5 where I had like a land and a Birds of Paradise and a Ristic, and I'm like, and 2 other just cards that maybe like a Fierce Guardianship. So I'm like, I can at least get a turn 2 Kinnan, maybe a Ristic Study if I draw another land. And I think I got the Kinnan out, but by that time, like Kefka absolutely, I think they went first and they got a turn 2 Kefka, shredded our hands, cloned it. They played Go-Go, the thing that like copies it, and but it's non-legendary. I mean, they just absolutely torched us. That was the only game where I felt like I wasn't able to do anything. Every other game, I was pushing for wins, like right out the gate. I just kept getting these like crazy first 7 keeps where I'm like, dude, I'd be insane to fucking mulligan this. And everyone was like, oh, he's keeping his first 7. Everyone mull down for interaction. So I just kept getting kind of, you know, if I didn't win or on the game where I forced the draw or got the draw forced on me, I just got neutered so hard. It was like everyone just stamped me out, blew up my whole board, destroyed my mana rock so I couldn't recast. So then I was out of the game, and then the fastest, like the turbo deck at the table won. So need to clean up my play a little bit, at least in the sense that I need to be a little more conservative with Kinnan. If I'm trying to go that fast, I'll need to take my turbo deck, which is Thrash Vial right now. I'm back on that. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Which is funny because I didn't see anything about this except Hexing Squelcher. And that was it. But what do we always say, Ian?
See you in hell, nerds.
All right, later, nerds.
As always, we wanted to thank our lovely patrons, and we actually have a new one, Noah H, and then our original first patron ever, Cham Pharaohs. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. Keep commenting on videos. Let us know if there's topics you want us to explore. We're happy to indulge you. Thanks again. We love you.